1TV Special Report.
Before I proceed to my commencement address, I would like to acknowledge and thank Our Lady of Triumph Institute of Technology for having me here today and giving me this opportunity to address you. To the school president, Madam Lucille Maglasang, Ma'am. To the chairman of the board, Engineer Galileo A. Maglasang, sir. To the board of trustees, to the distinguished guests present here, to the parents, to the graduates, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this commencement exercises. When I was invited as keynote speaker to this graduation ceremony, I actually asked myself, should I accept it? Ang layo ng OZAMIZ sa Manila. And it will take 2 full days of my August, which is normally very busy kasi nag-start na ang budgeting process ng company. Sabi ko, should I really go? So honestly, I was really having second thought. But then I realized that I will be speaking in front of you, graduates, who will soon form part of the Philippines working class. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, what an honor! I should be there. Yes, because I honestly think that young generations like you, the graduates, is really worth my time. And this is going to be a great honor to do. So here I am, happy and very proud to be addressing you today. So when I prepared my speech, actually not the speech, but the talking points, I told myself, I have to remind myself that what I will say here should not waste your time. I was given no more than 30 minutes to talk here. I promise that I will not consume it. So let me give it a try. Ready na ba kayo, graduates? And to our guests, I know we have a foreigner here who may not understand Tagalog. Sometimes I will be talking in Taglish, and I hope you don't mind. This is because I want to relate to us, to the majority here. So graduates, as I look at you, I can't help but recollect my memories, the memories of my younger days. I was like you, graduating, beaming with pride, young and fresh. That was long time ago. Yes, I was young and fresh before. At kahit matagal panahon na yon, naaalala ko pa rin yung naramdaman ko noong newly graduate ako. Kanina nga, when I was talking to one of the board of trustees, I was telling her that hearing the sound of the graduation song brings me a lot of memories. You know the feeling when you hear it? When you hear it this morning, what did you feel? You feel so proud of yourself, right? So I can just imagine your excitement, your hopes, but also I can imagine your fears and worries as you commence the new chapter of your life. Di ba mixed emotions? And too many questions. I remember I asked myself before, Can I find work soon? What company should I sought for? And of course, how much salary should I ask for being a newly graduate student? Or I even ask myself, can I actually demand for salary, so and so amount, even if wala pa akong experience? Ang dami kong tanong, ang dami kong worries. Nakaka-relate ba kayo? So don't worry, we're not alone. Probably most of you feels the same. Also, aside from excitement and fear, some of you may also be sad. Kasi naman, some of you mawawalay na sa mga campus crush ninyo or your love life. Tama ba? May nakarelate ba? Pwede rin naman na malungkot kasi wala nang allowance manggagaling kay mom and dad pag nagkatrabaho na kayo. Tama? Correct. But seriously, when I was newly graduate, I was excited and really looking forward for varied opportunities. Sabi ko, time for return of investment. Aba, di hamak na ang laki ng expense ng mag-aral. Eh bakit nga ba return of investment kaagad ang nasa isip ko during that time? Story time, sabi nga sa TikTok. I'm sorry, the air is not cooperating with me. So bakit nga ba? Story time, sabi sa TikTok. I have 6 siblings. I am a pure Batangueña. My father, my late father, was a school teacher, and my mother was a rock star. Sabi niyo, rock star? Rockstar ang tawag ko kasi making a lot of racket by selling candid sampal or anything alike para makatulong sa tatay ko sa gastusin sa bahay. So, rockstar. So yes, I must admit that my student life was not financially fabulous. I was not like my classmates. I remember when I was in high school, I didn't feel that we were financially challenged because I am born with fighting spirit. When during my first OHA moment, I have said I have a big fighting spirit. But I remember when I was in high school, I have a crush. And he is not looking at me because probably I don't belong to the campus figures. I was just a simple girl. I had a lot of struggles. Siguro meron sa inyo na makaka-relate sa mga struggles. And I was also bullied. I remember there was a time, and allow me to share this short story. I remember there was a time pumasok ako sa school, and the president of the class, and the secretary, and the treasurer asked me if I can talk to them in the Blessed Sacrament, inside the room. And I was told that I am the third to the last classmate that they will talk to. So when we were there, inside, in front of the Blessed Sacrament, I was asked by the president, you know, Agnes, you know that there are missing things and money here in our classroom. And we talked to our classmates, and they said that most probably it is you who's taking all the things. And I asked why? And this is what they said. I clearly remember what they said. They said, because ikaw lang naman ang laging walang baon sa atin. That was sad. And they said, yesterday, when we went to your boarding house, because there were mean girls who came to the boarding house the day before, and they asked me if they can lend them money. And I said, yes, I think I have 169 pesos here. This was given to me by my mother, and I have to kailangan kong tubusin yung pantalon na pinatahi ko para sa CAT. This is from my mother, so you have to give back to me. And they said, yeah, we will give it to you. And then they referred to it that day and they said, how come you have money yesterday when we asked you for money? And then I said, I finished the conversation in the Blessed Sacrament. I said, if you want me to tell you the truth, I want you to gather your parents tomorrow here. We will go to the principal's office and I will tell them what kind of children they brought up. 17 years after that, they have invited me to represent the batch as Queen of the Batch in the grand alumni homecoming of that school. I remember my graduation promise to one of my classmates. I told her, and she reminded me of this when we met years ago. She said, did you know what you told me during graduation? This is what you told us, that you will not show up again if you are not successful. So today, what I intend to do is to share with you part of my journey, bits and pieces of my experiences, and 5, I promise, only 5. 5 advices that I believe will be useful as you navigate your way to your own version of success. Yes, believe it or not, a mother who is full of sermon will have only choose 5. Otherwise, if I share with you everything the mother can say, then it will be whole day. So I promise to stick to 5. But before I start with those 5, can you promise me that you will at least take away 3 or 2 of those advices that I will give you? Can you promise me? Okay, may exam tayo mamaya. Number 1, are you ready? Number 1, I want you to be brave and ambitious. When I first got my job in a semiconductor company, I was 17 years old and I have tried registering myself to be 18 years old so that I can land a job, because after graduating from high school, my father and mother told me that I have to support my schooling for college. So my first job was a semiconductor and I was doing night shift. And you can imagine a 17 years old turning 18 who is so fond of sleeping. Di ba ang sarap matulog pag high school? And I was doing night shift, so I said, I cannot survive this. This is so hard for me. And so I said, I have to do something so that I can change this. And then I seek for employment outside the production, and I saw that there's an opening for an engineering assistant. But it says I have to be computer literate. The problem is I was not. So the day of the short story, the day of the interview came, I was really worried. I was really preparing, and I said, I have to tell the manager that I am computer literate, but I do not know anything about computer. So this is what I did the day before. I went to National Bookstore. I sit there for hours. I got a book about computer, and I tried to remember as much word as I can. I try to remember anything that I can remember and I can refer to during the interview. So the day of the interview came, and I remember Sir Bebot, the name is Bebot, he's the head of the department, and he was sitting like a king, and he said, so Agnes, are you computer literate? Are you good at computer? And I said, yes, with bravery. Yes. Are you sure? Yes, I am. So what do you know? What do you know about computer? What do you know? What can you do with computers? And this is what I said. Delete. And he thought that I was joking, and he laughed. I was really serious because that's the only word I remember. And he laughed and he thought that I was really joking. And then I laughed and then I passed the interview. So yes, remember, be brave and be ambitious. Envision, feel where you want to be a dreamer. But of course, you must be a doer too. Identify, you must, this is what I always tell my children. You must, if you want something, you must identify steps and actions to take, no matter, and act on it no matter how hard it may seem. Once you have identified the actions and you really take it, one way or another, sooner rather than later, you will get there. It's also okay to commit mistakes as long as you bring with you the lessons you got from that mistakes, and move it and use it as you move forward. Number 2, are you taking notes? I encourage you to practice self-discipline. Have routine and commit to it. Who among of you knows LeBron James? Wala ba? Yes? Can I see show of hands? LeBron James. Of course you know him. Okay, LeBron James is a professional basketball player. And do you know that he commits to supplementing his days with naps in between? And he do that religiously. What about Elon Musk? Do you know who he is? I'm sure you have heard his name, right? Elon Musk is the founder, CEO, and the Chief Technical Officer and Chief Engineer of SpaceX. He is also the CEO and product architect of Tesla. You know Tesla, the car, right? He commits to sleeping 6 to 6.5 hours a day, no matter how busy he is. And Michelle Obama, you know of course Michelle, he's the former First Lady of the United States. And do you know that he starts her exercise every day at 4:30 a.m. without fail? So what am I trying to say here? World leaders, be it athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, and business executives, set up their day for success. Yes, they have routines. And yes, it is proven that behind every successful person is a successful routine. And you may ask, so what is your routine? I am not, established like them, perhaps. But I also have routines. Every day I wake up at 4:08 in the morning. And then I must be leaving home at 4:45. I must arrive the office 5:15. And by 5:30, I am starting my exercise. By 7:15, I am doing my 10 minutes yoga. And by 7:30, I am doing my 10 minutes meditation. That is, I'm doing that every weekday without fail. Even if I am on business travels somewhere around the world. I know that my job also is not to make thousands of decisions per day, but my goal is to make only 3 yet good and powerful decisions every day. So I do that exercising every day to clear my mind and to be able to make those good, powerful decisions. Discipline is what needs to be done, is when you do what needs to be done, even if you do not want to do it. Remember that. Sometimes I wake up and I feel so sluggish and I say, maybe I should excuse myself. But then I try to compete with myself and say, no, you have to do your routine. Remember, push yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. So push yourself. discipline yourself or others will. Number 3. This is very important and I live by this rule. Value integrity. Why is it important? It is important because it enhances your character and reputation. It helps you build trust and respect with others. It guides your actions and decisions to be in keeping with your values and your principles. And remember now, you may say that I am young and I can still be carefree and enjoy life and sometimes forget about integrity. But I have to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, that the things and the deeds that you do today are seeds that you are planting, which you will sow in the future. Why did I say that? When I joined ODFIEL, I started in ranks. And then when I started to handle a department head position, I keep planting good seeds towards people that I served. And those things, those seeds that I did are the seeds that I am able to use today in the role that I am handling right now. So plant good seeds, because you will be the one to harvest whatever you plant today. Whenever I'm talking to young cadets of our company, I will always tell them, one of these days you will be captains and chief engineers. And remember that your subordinates will refer to what you have done when you were ratings. And they will say, yes, that captain has been planting good deeds ever since he was young, and we should respect and follow him. So remember to do good deeds today that you can sow tomorrow. I remember when I was being interviewed for the position, because in our company you cannot just be promoted even if you have been there for so long. You have to be interviewed by the board of trustees so that they are sure that you are qualified for the position. They asked me, when are you going to forget integrity? When are you going to give up integrity? Do you know what my answer was? I said, when it will cost somebody else's life, then I'm going to give up my integrity, because it will save someone's life. So again, integrity, it involves being honest, ethical, and principled. Integrity is everything. Number 4, konti na lang, matatapos na tayo sa sermon. Are you still with me? This is very important. Why? Because this will keep you going. I want you, and this is non-negotiable, I want you to be thankful and have a grateful heart, but with healthy dose of discontent. Why did I say that? I will repeat. Thankful, have a grateful heart, yet with healthy dose of discontent. Why did I say that? Yes, you have to choose to be thankful because that will make you happy. I remember when I was impatient, young like you, and I read something, because I have to remind myself that I have to be patient. So I read something that for you to have a grateful heart and to have it as a habit, you have to practice the 21-day or the 21-day grateful heart approach. So what you should do is every day you find something that you are very thankful about. Like every morning now, whenever I enter the office, I would always look at my team and I would always thank I would always say, I am so lucky, I am so blessed to have this power team. Or the sun is shining in my office and I look outside and it's so nice and I said, this is a very nice day. I must be grateful for it. But again, healthy dose of discontent. Why did I say that? Because when you are a little discontent, which is very important, then you will keep looking for improvement opportunities. Because, as one of my mentors told me when I was young, you know, Agnes, the world is moving forward in the wave of discontent. You know what I mean with that? Noon daw, nung naimbento ang gulong, kasi may napapagod magtulak kasi walang gulong. Naisip nung nakakita na, I think I can do something about this. And that's when the wheel was invented, because there is someone who was discontent. So again, remember to have a healthy dose of discontent. And number 5, this is again very important. Be kind and be a blessing to others. Make this world a better place, cliche as it may sound, but we always have that power within. Even saying thank you or smiling at a stranger, saying thank you to the waiter, you know, offering, holding the door when you pass and somebody else will be passing after you. That is act of kindness. Being a good listener, you should also be generous with praises, yet constructive and honest with feedback. Care about the people around you. Start with small acts of kindness, and I promise you, it will go a long way. Sabi nga, di ba, hindi natin alam kung anong pinagdadaanan ng iba, and most probably by doing acts of kindness, you will do something good for that person. So to sum up, remember, be brave and ambitious. Remember the delete story. When you are losing hope and you feel that it is so hard to do, remember and take with you the delete story. Will you? Practice self-discipline. You must subscribe to a good routine. Number 3, value integrity. Have the integrity. That is everything. Be thankful and have a grateful heart, yet with healthy dose of discontent. And be kind and always be a blessing to others. Choose to be kind. Before I end, I must not forget to recognize the people who I am very sure are now bursting with pride and joy. The very people who made it possible for the graduates to be here today. Do you know who they are? Your parents. Thank you, parents. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for persevering to be able to support your children and their studies. Your sons and daughter are here today because of those sacrifices that you have done. You know, maswerte kayo kasi meron kayong parents na napaka-supportive at hindi kayo pinagtrabaho kaagad. But I am grateful to my parents and I love them. But you are very lucky. So, hayaan nyo daw po, mga tatay, nanay, mommy, daddy, papa, mama, babawi daw po sila very soon. Right? Graduates, you must not forget to honor your parents. Thank them for their love and care. Tell them how grateful you are and how much you love them. You know that anyone good to their parents will be abundantly blessed. You know that, right? Then, I would like to say thank you again to the faculty and the Board of Trustees, the administration of OLT, All of them are dedicated to nurturing minds and shaping futures of young generations. Thank you so much. So again, graduates who are bright-eyed, ready to conquer the world, remember your 3 takeaways from this speech and use it as you traverse your way to a gratified adulthood. Referring to OLT's tagline, start here, go anywhere, which is very fitting. And as you now step out of this learning place, nurturing place, and join the country's working class, let me challenge you with this quote from Abraham Lincoln. The best way to predict your future is by creating it. So go and start the beginning of anything you want to be. And congratulations for making it to the ranks of OLT's alumni. Mabuhay, Class 2023. God bless us all.
One TV special report.